me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine.
Good evening. Welcome to Greenlight Maine. I'm your host, Julene Gervais. Thank you for joining us tonight. The journey to the $100,000 prize began with 26 contestants. The competition has been tough. With so many entrepreneurs and small businesses on the rise in Maine, we now have 13 finalists, and each one of them get their own mentoring round to help them figure out how to bring their business to the next level. Tonight's show features one of our finalists. We have Elia Tannhauser from Spore, and we also have a panel of mentors from around the Maine business community, which we'll talk to in a few minutes. But first, I just want to congratulate you on being here.
Thank you very much.
Sure, and just tell us what's been going on since we've seen you.
So we're actually really excited. This Wednesday, we're finally getting our new autoclave, which will allow us to produce more spawn in one day than we could currently produce in a week. And we have a waiting list for commercial weekly spawn customers. So we're really excited to start calling them up and say, all right, we can finally get you weekly spawn. And so that's going to be huge.
Sure, well, we can't wait to hear more about that. But first, we're going to take a look back at Elia's pitch for the sake of the mentors who might not have seen it yet and for you folks at home. So let's have a look.
My name is Elia Tannhauser, and I'm one of the co-founders of Spore, along with John Carver and Matt McInnes. Spore produces specialty mushrooms, mushroom products, and mushroom spawn. John, Matt, and I met at College of the Atlantic. After graduating, Matt went on to work in the food and beverage industry and graphic design. John got a graduate degree in mushroom biology from the University of Wisconsin, and I worked in sustainable agriculture and managed an organic farm here in Maine. We started Spore 3 years ago with less than $10,000 startup capital in a small 500 square foot garage in Westbrook. We started off washing things in a 55-gallon drum with a garden hose in the driveway, but from the day we moved into that space, we worked at Spore full time, so we were motivated to generate revenue as soon as possible and make the business profitable. Within 6 weeks, we were selling mushrooms to restaurants in Portland. We now sell to over 75 restaurants in Maine, as well as grocery stores and specialty distributors. We also send mushrooms to Boston, New York, and Seattle twice a week. So our fresh mushroom business has grown very quickly, but we're also really excited about our spawn business. As a seed is needed to grow a plant, mushroom spawn is needed to grow mushrooms. And as most vegetable farms don't produce their own seed, most mushroom farms don't produce their own spawn. We produce spawn for home growers, for diversified farms, and commercial mushroom farms. Our grow-at-home log kits enable everyday gardeners to grow mushrooms at home. So when we started Spore, we anticipated the huge demand for fresh mushrooms, but we didn't anticipate how large a demand there would be for our mushroom spawn. We now sell to commercial mushroom farms across the country, but we've maxed out our production. The mushroom industry of today is a lot like the microbrew industry of 10 years ago. It's exploding. The popularity of specialty mushrooms in the US is growing very quickly, and more farms are opening to fill that demand. We do no sales or marketing for our commercial spawn, but just through word of mouth, Facebook, and Instagram, we have new commercial customers approaching us each week asking to place large standing orders. Unfortunately, at this point, we're turning them down. So in 3 years, we've taken our business from 3 friends growing mushrooms out of a garage to a business with 13 employees, no investors, and we're closing in on $1 million in revenue this year. $100,000 from Greenlight would enable us to buy new lab equipment, and that would allow us to produce 15 times our current spawn production without incurring any more labor costs.
You did a great job on your pitch, and I love your story. You know, you started in your garage, as you said, 3 years ago, and you're just growing so fast.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been an incredible experience, and I'm really excited about our team and growing the business, and it's really exciting to see what we can do with everyone that we're working with and like really trying some really cool new products and getting them out in the market and seeing them received really well.
Absolutely. And now I'd like to introduce our panel of mentors, but I'm only going to do that by their first name because a good idea can come from anybody in any field. So first we have Jonathan. Welcome.
Hi, nice to be here. Nice to meet you. I'm very happy with your successes you've had so far and interested in helping you work through concerns you have now.
Next is Sarah.
Hi, it's nice to be here also. I enjoy eating your mushrooms and I love seeing your kits and now tinctures around town. It's pretty cool to watch you grow.
And finally, welcome Jim.
Thank you, Julene. Elia, great pitch, and even more terrific is the success you and your co-founders have had so far. Congratulations.
I can't wait to get into the discussion. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back and we're going to hear more from Elia and North Spore. Don't go away.
Greenlight Maine would like to thank the Maine Department of Economic and Community Development, the Maine DECD, helping businesses and communities prosper.
FAME is one of the great resources in our state to enable businesses to find financing.
FAME helps Maine businesses create and retain quality jobs.
Every person that we've dealt with at FAME has been helpful and has been, for us, a partner.
The whole idea is to find the right tool for the right job. FAME is the right tool because it's flexible and they're there when you need them.
From business startup through maturity, FAME works to get you to yes.
Thank you, FAME.
Thank you, FAME.
Thank you, FAME.
Are you trying to increase sales? At Dream Local Digital, we've been helping businesses using Facebook, Google, and other online tools for over 8 years. We're experts at helping small businesses because we work with them nationwide.
Dream Local publicizes the important part of me and what I stand for and what Archers is about.
We'd love to help you grow your business as well. Give us a call today.
For almost 25 years, Maine Biz has been providing business news, information, and analysis for business owners and C-level executives in Maine. From Fort Kent to Kittery, Maine Biz serves the decision makers of Maine across multiple channels, including its flagship print digital publication, website, events, daily report, real estate insider, and weekly newsletter. Let Maine Biz help your business succeed. Inform, engage, connect.
Please join us to find vital information on our website at greenlightmaine.com and be a part of our vibrant community on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Together, we're building Maine's future, one dream at a time.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. We are having a mentoring round with North Spore, and we're going to dive in with our panel of mentors and Elia here. So tell us, what is your biggest challenge that you want to focus on today?
So we've grown our fresh mushroom business very quickly, and we're now a national leader in the spawn industry. But both of those markets are somewhat limited, and we see our true path to growth in breaking into a much larger market. So we're really excited about launching our new line of medicinal mushroom coffees for health, but we'd really like some expertise to help guide that launch and resources to do so. So we're really excited about it. But we've carved out a really strong niche with the mushroom spawn and the fresh mushrooms, but we don't have as much experience in breaking into the value-added food industry, and so having some expertise with that product launch would be really great.
So you have the mushrooms now, and you have the kits, and now you're going to have coffee as well.
Correct.
It's unbelievable.
Yep.
All right. So let's get some clarifying questions. Let's start with you, Jonathan.
So you have access and resources to capital, or you feel you have enough in that arena for growth, or?
We're pretty limited on capital. We've actually built our entire business off of reinvesting revenue. So we're very secure that way, but we are limited in the amount of capital we have. So it's a slower process to capitalize on opportunities in reinvesting revenue than it would be if we had capital up front, but we're determined to make it work however we can.
I think the question, so is it a more of a concern about what you have for resources or channels for the product in the next round?
Both, I guess. Okay. I mean, we'd like the guidance of how to really launch it in the best way possible, but having some added capital to make sure we can get really experienced professionals for product design and for PR would really be helpful too.
Sure. Sarah?
Just curious to know briefly how you landed on coffee. I don't often think of coffee as medicinal, nor do I think of mushroom coffee as a beverage of choice. So can you just tell us how you landed there on a product choice?
Yeah, well, there actually are a few mushroom coffees on the market. It's actually in the Whole Foods 2018 food report. It's the third fastest growing food trend in 2018. Wow. So it's actually, everyone is going to know about mushroom coffee soon. It's kind of like kombucha or, food bars 15 years ago. But medicinal mushrooms are really growing in popularity and have a lot of healing properties. And by mixing medicinal mushroom extracts into coffee, you can make a really delicious, great product that has a lot of health benefits.
So just building further on Sarah's question and try to parse that out a little bit more. When we think about fresh mushrooms, I think all of us recognize that lots of people eat them, use them in salads. On the medicinal coffee side, though, it must be a fairly small area today, and even though it may be fast growing, is it a fad? How do you compare sort of the future of that line of business with the very robust fresh mushroom business?
Right. It's interesting to compare what's a fad and what's actually here to stay. Not that many people used to eat kale, but I don't think kale's ever going away. Like, a lot of these things, once they're introduced, aren't going to go away. And the coffee market in the U.S. is over a $50 billion market, and the health food and medicinal market is very large as well. And so it might be a fringe of the coffee market, but I think a lot of people are concerned about health and really want to get as much as they can out of their food. And coffee is a daily routine, and mixing in something that's really healthful and going to help them with energy and focus and immune support is something that I think there's a large demand for.
So I think that's an excellent response, particularly the comparison to kale. But in addition, I'm just trying to sort out as well, not just capital resources, but personnel resources. You've established leadership positions already in Spawn and in fresh mushrooms, as you described in your pitch. Will you be stretched too thin with your current personnel to get into this new area? Will that be a major concern for you? And how will you recruit other people to the business to manage that deficit potentially?
That's true. That's definitely a concern. We just hired a full-time marketing person, and we're also working with a product design and marketing firm in Portland, which will help guide us in that process. And Matt, one of my business partners, we've given more of his responsibilities to an office person as well, an office manager. So now he's going to have more attention to focus on that type of thing.
And it seems like that this is going to take off because your business, the market. It's just a matter of when.
Yes.
So we could use your help of speeding up that process,
exactly.
Right?
It's kind of like the way we built the business through reinvesting revenue. We're going to get where we're going. We see the path we're on and we're going there. But if we just keep waiting on cash flow, it'll take longer than if we have investment and can just kind of go for it up front.
Absolutely.
And what do you currently need that investment for to take this next leap?
So the investment would be for further paying for the PR consulting and finishing the packaging process. And then we also want to work with co-packers, which means doing pretty large runs of packaging materials, which takes capital, doing marketing and marketing research. And then we also need to buy a pretty large amount of coffee up front, which is not the mushrooms we grow ourselves, the coffee. We've been talking with different coffee producers, but so there's just, capital in the whole launch and kind of capitalization and commercialization of this new product line.
And you've got your distribution networks are in place, you feel?
We've actually just relaunched our website and our web store, which has been, and our Amazon store, and we've been doing really well through those two distribution outlets, but we really would like to work on national distribution. And no, that's something I would also really like to have professional guidance in, finding the best outlets and paths to national distribution. So we do that somewhat through our online store and Amazon right now, but getting into national retailers would be great.
Great discussion. We got to take a quick break. I'm sorry. We'll start with you when we get back. But this is a good time for you folks at home to post. And when we come back, we're going to hear more from Elia. Don't go away.
Handmade carpets for Greenlight Maine have been provided by Mugalian Rugs, area rugs from around the world.
As a leader in Maine and New England in providing integrated accounting, consulting, and tax services to clients large and small, the team at Mack Page has proven to provide innovative solutions to help us better meet our clients' needs. We enjoy the people we serve and care about the work we do. The success of our business is based upon our ability to develop quality relationships, one client at a time. Mack Page. Accessible, approachable, accountable.
In 1972, Tom Moser committed his life's work to craft, and 4 decades later employs 70 fine craftsmen and women in our shop in Auburn, Maine. With showrooms and customers from coast to coast and numerous awards and accolades, Tom has firmly established himself as an entrepreneurial tour de force and has proven that a life doing what you love is indeed possible.
This year's winner of Greenlight Maine will win this handmade Thomas Moser beacon box and $100,000.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. We are having a mentor round with Spore, and we're talking about how to grow the business with their medicinal line of coffee. And before the break, I cut you off, Jim, so I apologize, but let's get your thoughts.
Thank you, Julene. Elia, before the break, I was going to ask you, I'm sure branding's important for the fresh mushroom category, but coffee, I think, will be even more critical to have a strong brand. What do you and your partners think is going to be the route to the consumer's heart for your niche coffee?
I totally agree with you. I think having a really high quality coffee that then has really high quality medicinal mushrooms that people enjoy using and can feel the health benefits from, just in energy and focus. And I think both in having a really well-designed package and product and just having a quality product that people want to drink every day.
Excellent.
That's a great point. So how do you choose the coffee? Are you testing them out now? What phase are you in?
We're drinking a lot of coffee from different producers and talking with them and figuring out what they're capable of doing. And so we haven't settled on a producer yet, but we've been talking to a number of different coffee producers and trying to figure that out.
Sure.
It also seems like customer education will be really important, because although you've pointed out this is a growing trend, I imagine there are consumers who still need to be educated about that. So how will you do that? Will there be information on your bag? How else can customers understand the benefits of this coffee?
We'll try to explain as much as we can on the package, but still make it look sharp and not overwhelming. But we'll definitely have videos on our website, hopefully on YouTube and blog about it. And it's definitely not, this is an interesting product. Actually, most of our products that are for the consumer are interesting in that they're not only just reaching market share of the existing market, they're markets that are actually taking customers from other markets. So our entire experience has been educating people to use our products, which is different if you were just a coffee producer.
Sure.
Are you looking for a coffee partner that is going to drive the bus, or that you see yourself as being kind of side by side? And another thing, are you looking for someone that kind of shares core values with you?
We do want someone that shares core values with us, but we do just want to wholesale their coffee. We want this to be our product. Okay. We probably would because we want them to be a very high quality producer that really cares about what they're doing. So we probably would say that the coffee was sourced by that company on our package, but we would not really have it be a shared endeavor. It will be our product, and we'll control how it's marketed in the formulation, but we're just looking for a really good source of coffee and someone that is, great to work with.
This is a great time to reveal who you people are, because you're all going to be a great resource to Elia.
Jonathan Harville. I'm the Chief Information Officer at the Finance Authority of Maine. And we have a tremendous amount of programs, mostly access to capital. In particular, in this case, I don't know if you're aware that the Department of Agriculture in the state of Maine has several programs specifically designed for marketing small businesses that have an agricultural focus.
That's
and
terrific.
We actually service those loan programs for them. So.
I'm Sarah Garrett. I work at the Women's Business Center at CEI, and we are a great resource for business planning as well as putting together financing packages to work with some of these programs that were mentioned, as well as I think it's worth having a conversation around equity for your business if you're interested. So that's something we could help with as well.
And Elia, I'm Jim Mitchell, a partner at Mitchell Tardy Jackson, a lobbying firm in Augusta, Maine. Not particularly relevant to your business until you're a global brand and you need some help protecting your interests from government interference. But I used to be in the advertising business back when I had hair, and so I've done a lot of marketing consulting in the past with small and large businesses.
Great.
We got to take a break, but this is a platform, this show, for so many people. So if you know somebody's in business, please make your pitch online. And we're going to take a look back now at 1820 Wines, one of our former contestants, with Marty's Minutes.
Marty's Minutes brought to you by the Maine Venture Fund and Maine Technology Institute.
So we're here at the Urban Winery and Tasting Room of 1820 Wines in Portland with co-founder Amanda O'Brien. Amanda, what's been going on since you were on Greenlight Maine?
I think we've kept ourselves pretty busy. So we came to Greenlight Maine with an idea and a product. And since then, we produced it, labeled it, bottled it, got it on some store shelves, and then opened a tasting room in Portland.
So is it fun doing the quality control or what?
That's the hard part of the job. It definitely is. Yeah.
So what did you take away from being on the show? I mean, what kind of experience did you have being on Greenlight Maine? And tell me about that.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I've been a fan, watched for a while, and we did the Top Gun program through MCED, so some of our classmates were involved.
So one of the challenges of the business is essentially rhubarb sourcing.
Yes, it is. So we have two amazing partners who are farmers who are growing rhubarb for us for the last couple of years. I think the first year we showed up, they thought we were a little nutty. But then the next year, they're totally on board. They're great supporters, and they're great advocates, and they're good to turn to for kind of advice on product and when to pick and what types of rhubarb to use and what kind of apples to use. So,
tell me about what's your dream? What's the moonshot for this thing where it's just a dramatic success? What's that look like?
Oh, I would love to make lots of different kinds of rhubarb wine. So there's 60-something different strains where they all make different things. And I would love to see more farms be able to participate. So, there are fewer farms and it's harder to kind of make money doing it. And wouldn't that be great if all of Aroostook County was rhubarb and we were able to keep it all in state?
Cool. Well, we're all so proud of you, Amanda. Let's have the Greenlight Maine high five. All right. Now we get to taste some wine.
Furniture for Greenlight Maine is provided by Thomas Mosier Furniture, handmade American furniture since 1972.
Are you trying to increase sales? At Dream Local Digital, we've been helping businesses using Facebook, Google, and other online tools for over 8 years. We're experts at helping small businesses because we work with them nationwide.
At Horch Roofing, we pride ourselves on doing quality roofs, not social media and direct marketing. That's why we hire the professionals at Dream Local.
We'd love to help you grow your business as well. Give us a call today.
Thomas College believes in innovation. From the Harold Alfond Institute for Business Innovation and our Center for Innovation in Education to 3-year undergraduate degrees and accelerated graduate programs in business, cybersecurity, and criminology, innovation is in our DNA. Money Magazine ranks Thomas 23rd in the nation for value, and our Guaranteed Job program backs that up. Thomas College, personal, practical, guaranteed.
Thomas College is a proud sponsor of Greenlight Maine.
Fame is one of the great resources in our state to enable businesses to find financing.
Fame helps Maine businesses create and retain quality jobs.
Every person that we've dealt with at Fame has been helpful and has been, for us, a partner.
The whole idea is to find the right tool for the right job. Fame is the right tool because it's flexible and they're there when you need them.
From business startup through maturity, Fame works to get you to yes.
Thank you, Fame.
Thank you, Fame.
Thank you, Fame.
Broadcast facilities provided by NESCOM, the New England School of Communications at Husson University.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. We've had a great discussion about how North Spore is going to grow his coffee mushroom business. So we're going to get some final thoughts from John.
Well, I think it would be important to explore capital resources as well. And I don't know, I think finding out where this is going to be distributed and be most successful, I think is probably a good idea too, whether it's going to be through traditional kind of co-ops or whether you have the potential to run this thing through an online or a strong partner.
So I know you have a great team on board, and it sounds like a growing team. We have so many resources in Maine of folks who really understand the grocery business and the food industries, and if you haven't pulled together a group of that type of people to act as kind of an advisory committee, I think this is a great moment in your business to do so, and really have some folks who understand that industry specifically.
So Elia, as you bring in your marketing and public relations consultants, it's going to be critical that you really demand excellence from them, because they're going to be critical to your success in developing your brand, but you need to push them hard, otherwise they may not deliver what you expect.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Some great feedback, a lot to take in and digest. So what's going through your mind as far as what you're going to do next?
I really appreciate all of your thoughts, and I think the next step is putting together kind of an advisory group of mentors and consultants that can help us with this process, and definitely looking into capital so we can accelerate the process of this product launch and not delay it and have it be a slower process. And I'd love to talk with you, John, and you, Sarah. I think you're both in organizations that definitely have the potential to help us a lot, and maybe someday with you, Jim.
And this is so exciting. I mean, cutting edge mushroom coffee, probably first in Maine and beyond, even in other places of the country. Sure. So congratulations. We're so happy for you, and good luck with the next round of competition. We hope to see you back here again.
Great. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it, and thank you for your feedback. If you haven't yet, you can visit us on the web at greenlightmaine.com and check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll see you right back here next week for more Greenlight Maine. Have a great night.
Greenlight Maine has been brought to you by the Finance Authority of Maine. Fame works for me. Greenlight Maine would not be possible without the support of all of our corporate sponsors. Thank you.
Greenlight Maine has been a paid-for presentation by the Portland Media Group.